Ready. Play.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned, there was a lot going on in Singapore, other stories going on. And I don't really want to kind of jump on the kind of pile-on with Raducanu from, press and other sources in terms of, the fact that she's not a multiple Grand Slam champion right now. She doesn't get it easy. But, she was 7-5 up against Puska and let it slip, lost in 3. So another early exit for Raducanu. Another coach change, as you mentioned, and I just wondered, where is she right now? Every year we kind of start the year as UK tennis fans with a bit of optimism and saying, this is going to be her year. She's now, 3 or 4 years down the line into her career, and it's just always a little bit stop-start with her, isn't it? No momentum.
Yeah, it's something always seems to happen with Emma Raducanu, which is a shame because when she locks in and she's really competing, she's very exciting to watch. And can pull off the odd big win. What's kind of, I think just stuff keeps happening with injuries or coaches or other decisions that's just, those two main decisions mainly that it just seems to stall things. But fundamentally, she's a very, very good player. I also think that even if she had kind of been playing much more consistently, making deep runs in big tournaments, had those things not been interfering, she would still have been struggling to win Grand Slams in this era of Sabalenka and Swiatek kind of picking everything up and then occasionally dropping crumbs for someone else to pick up. Gauff is probably adding herself to that list, Rybakina when she's on. But at the minute, I would say, given how the only Grand Slam that elite group of players don't seem to have a strong grasp on is Wimbledon, and given if Emma is fit, she looks like she really likes playing on grass, I'd say Wimbledon would be her best shot of winning another Grand Slam if it's ever going to happen. I guess we'll see if it is. I certainly am a believer in Emma's raw talent and ability to compete and will to win. But at the minute, it's just, again, these false starts do keep happening, which I can imagine does fuel some pessimism amongst other people. I'm kind of sick of the pessimism, to be honest, and I've just learned to accept what happens with Emma, to be honest.
And it's a very similar story to, I know we touched on Raducanu in terms of on the court and, where she goes in 2025. But it's the same old story with Raducanu. I know I skipped over it a little bit, but, she's had a coaching change again. She's playing in Abu Dhabi as well. And there's been a little bit of kind of movement in terms of, is she playing in the qualifiers? Is she in the main draw? Do you want to kind of just tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so she was given the wild card into the qualifying, and then that got upgraded to a main draw wild card. I think because someone pulled out, or there was like that a space opened up, so they gave it to her because obviously you're going to want to guarantee a Grand Slam champion in your main draw to get TV views, to get people buying tickets. It's a smart move to give her a wild card in that respect. But with the coach, Nick Cavaday has now left the team. I think we mentioned that very, very briefly. We didn't have a lot of time to talk about it last week's episode of WTA Weekly. But Nick Cavaday has left because, he needs a break. It's his own decision, nothing to do with Emma. It's just a decision that he needs to do for the sake of his own personal life. But I think Emma now has no coach and is talking about trying life without a coach for the moment, which is interesting. We'll see how well that works. I think coaches are really, really good a way of stepping forward, but maybe Emma is trying to improve her base mental and physical strength right now. So interesting sort of situation. I would kind of guess, I'm kind of interested to see how it goes. She's got a really tricky opening round. She's got Marketa Vondrousova in round 1 of Abu Dhabi. So that's going to be a blockbuster opening round. 2 Grand Slam champions going to head. And it's going to be interesting to see with like Emma with kind of not a bit of match rustiness maybe, and certainly can be a bit up and down the match versus Vondrousova, who is trying to come back from injury. And certainly I think is it may not be the healthiest opponent. So winnable match for Raducanu there, but yeah, kind of having a bit of a tough time right now.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.